Jesus' name.
So here I am. We are live. Let's get this party started right. Let's see. All right.
Oh, is that just a testing?
Dear God, give me strength, courage, wisdom, patience. Let me speak clear, allow others to hear, allow people to understand and see, and let the vision that you've ignited on my heart fly into people's minds tonight, into their hearts, into their lives, and let us soar together, united, as we stand in greatness to honor your glory, to lift up one another, to help each other heal, body, soul, and spirit. We ask for the spirit of increase on all that we do. We ask it, we believe it, we receive it. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Here we are tonight. I see Richard Addy just went and became a business class passenger. Welcome Lane Mathern, Tammy Smith. It's good to see you, Vincent Webb. If you're just jumping on, first question is, where are you flying to next? Go ahead and comment below. Usually if it ends with an A or an I, it's headed to somewhere incredible. Or it could end with an E and it's a place like paradise. So I'm excited. We're going to have a great little show, little get together tonight. We have some cool things. I'm going to reveal for the very first time more of an insight on business class. I did wear somewhat my business class attire with the heel shirt. This is actually a suit, a heel jacket I got fitted in Thailand. Fits really good, nice and comfortable. I've got a couple special guests I'm going to introduce in just a brief minute. And we're going to do a couple little things. We're going to talk to you about business class. We're going to let you know how to get started. We're going to introduce you some special guests. But I want you to dream with me. Okay, if you get here, I want you to dream with me. I want you to fly with me. I want you to explore with me. I want you to live with me. I want you to go and see brand new places in your life. I want you to open up your imagination of what is possible, where you can head and where you can go and what you can be and what your life is all about. And I want to congratulate some of you like John Thompson, who I know you did business class just a couple hours ago, and you're up, it's late, you're in the UK, it's in the wee hours of the morning. I want to congratulate all of you for being here tonight, for making the effort, for showing up on time, for showing up early, for being ready, and I want you to begin dreaming and believing again, bigger and better than ever before. So I haven't seen anyone say anything that ends with an A, an I, an E, an O, or a U. Where are you flying tonight? What are you up to in your life? Where are you headed? What is your dream? And how are you going to achieve it? So, look, I can't borrow the flight for you. Even if I give you a ticket to business class, I can't get on the flight with you. Even if I said, here you go, here's all the money in the world, I don't have the ability for you to get up and move into action. So the first question I've asked is, where are you going to fly tonight? Is it Hawaii? Is it Bora Bora? Is it Fiji? Is it Indonesia? Are you going to Thailand? Are you going to anyone going anywhere amazing? Are you going to go to the Maldives? Are you going to go to the Bahamas? Are you going to ride on horses? We got one answer, an I. Bora Bora coming in. All right, so everyone's catching up. You go a little slow tonight. We're going to have to catch up. We're going to have to keep moving. Australia, that's what I'm talking about. Mick is from Australia. Okay, you're from Australia. All right, so I appreciate you inviting your friends. I appreciate you being here tonight. I want to dive into business class. Hopefully you can hear me good. You can see me good. I believe it looks pretty good. I want it to be like up here, actually, so I don't know if I can hold it up here and be down here. So one of the things that I've noticed in life is if you want something bad enough, you will get it. If you want to achieve something bad enough, you will make it happen in your life. I've noticed this because whenever I got really determined on accomplishing something, it didn't really matter how far I was away from achieving it. I would figure out a way to make it happen. And a couple years ago, I got super determined to keep traveling around the world, and I made it happen. And I was able to go to over 28 different countries in 2 years on a shoestring budget. I had little to nothing money-wise, but I had everything in here and a lot in here inside of me. So when I did this a couple years ago, and just bear with me while I'm adjusting the height of it and the set and everything. Keith's looking at me. You should see Keith, boy. I don't even know if Keith would be looking at me looking this good tonight. He's on another level. So Lala just noticed that she is in business officially. Look at her over there celebrating it. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. She's excited. She's excited. Lane's working. He's been editing. I'm not going to show you Keith. I'm not going to show you my other special secret guest. They're over there working away. She's working away. She's watching me while I'm working away. And we got the family here. It's been so super special to have the whole entire Heal family together in one house, living, working, and creating just a new way of life together. And where today I realized that we truly had the most powerful transformational community on the planet. And it kind of started to kick in a few days ago, even though I think, we maybe were like, whoa, Heal's blowing up or whatever. But a couple days ago, I started to see something that really opened my eyes. And last night it was solidified back to back. We had two people that reached out to us, and just because I just mentioned John, he reached out and said, "Hey, I want to buy some products for somebody. I want to buy a shirt, and I want to buy a hat, and I want to buy a whole bag of goodies for one of the members, and I just want to send it to them." And he reached out to us. We're like, that's pretty awesome, right? When somebody just decides they want to buy someone else a bunch of products. And last night, it was super special because Stuart Clark reached out and he said, "Stephen, Paulo, Chanel, I want to buy your business class." We're like, dude, that guy's on another level. Yeah. Can I get an amen in here?
Amen.
It's a little quiet in here, a little stagnant, a little stale. They're all thinking hard. I think they're prepping up. Maybe they're thinking about what they're going to say. Maybe I'm thinking about what I'm going to say. You never know. But last night, when Stuart Clark, and first of all, let me give you an example of who Stuart Clark is in case you don't know who he is. When we were hanging out about a month ago, Stuart Clark, he was like dancing like this. Like he was doing the boogie. I mean, I have this video of him dancing, and that guy, his energy, his style, his charisma, his attitude, his generosity is on another level. But then I realized, that's what Heal is all about. It's not just about some corporation giving out. You know what it is? It's about a community giving in. It's about a community lifting up. It's about a community uniting. And when one community member decides to give to another community member, I really believe we have something different. This isn't the norm. And then I realized, wow, Heal has truly become what I dreamed it would be. And now we have 100 members here live. It's because of the community. It's because people work together. It's because people share. It's because you're on the bottom inviting your friends. It's because you're asking someone to come and take a look at it. Take a look again. Take a look again. Take a look again. I know that's what's happened with Chanel. Her aunt, Melissa, said, take a look again. Take a look again. Hey, have you had a look yet? Have you had a look at that? Have you watched that video? Have you watched that video? And then all of a sudden she's like, all right, watch the video. And then boom, one video leads to the next. And now she's here in America living in the Heal House with us. This is a transformational community. This is a movement like nothing ever before. And when we had the idea to create Business Class, it was really quite simple. I just said, all right, what could be the absolute best thing that I could do with my time and my energy and with this brand to help elevate you to go to the next level? And it was really easy because I was sitting there on a flight, kind of stuffed into that back middle seat, and I was a little uncomfortable, and I was kind of frustrated I even got in that seat, but it was no big deal. I was just sitting in the seat like I show you how I sit in the middle seat. And I started to sit in that seat and say, you know what? It would be nicer if I was sitting up there. I've got a long flight ahead of me. I'm kind of frustrated, like I'm in this seat, and the worst part is the lady next to me, she was like immediately asleep and into my seat. And I was like crammed And then I'm like, all right, just chill. And then, you know, ever been on a flight and it's super hot? So you're like, dude, I mean, I'm like really getting hot here. And so for about an hour and a half, it's super hot and you're really sweaty and uncomfortable. And the person's kind of leaning over into your seat. So if you ever lean back in a seat and then it was such a little plane, it only like creaked back a little bit, but you were like kind of in your neighbor's space and your neighbor was like coughing on you. And I'm like, dude, what is going on tonight in this flight? And then there's the bathroom right there, right next to you. And every time someone comes in and out, they flush and you get this smell. And I'm like, honestly, this is where most people are in life today. In economy, in coach. Most people are living their lives based on what someone else said to do or said they should be. The skill set that we learned in school just doesn't add up today. So most people are living in coach, in economy. They don't have the skills. They don't have the knowledge. They don't have the guidance. They don't have the wisdom. They don't have the clarity of how to get up in the plane. They don't. So for me, I'm sitting here like in this seat, you know, like the uncomfortable seat of life. And I said, this is what society has become. And in theory and in reality, this is where most people are sitting in the world today. They're in a job that they hate. They're in a relationship that they're suppressed. They're in an environment that they're choking. They're in a world that's beating them down. They're financially struggling. Their bank accounts are negative. Their credit is bad. They're depressed and in despair. They're in that seat of life. So I was sitting there and I started to kind of realize that in my life, what I could do different is that I could help other people change. And that was a word that was kind of unique because a long time ago to me, my mentor said, look, people don't want to change. So don't try to get them to change. And then I said, you're right. I need to change what? I need to change me. And so I started to change Stephen. I changed what Stephen thought about. I changed what Stephen was reading. I changed where Stephen was focused. I changed Stephen's friends. I changed Stephen's habits. I changed Stephen's life. And guess what started to happen? As I changed Stephen's life, life around Stephen began to change. And as Stephen's life began to change and life around Stephen began to change, then what was within me started to expand and connect with other people. And then they started to resonate and elevate and rise. And instead of me having to fix everyone, because that's who I was trying to be. You want to know why I wanted to fix everyone? Because I couldn't fix myself. It was easier to try to focus on my neighbor who needed a shift, or my cousin who was struggling, or my aunt or my uncle who was a mess, or, you know, somebody in my family who wasn't doing good, or somebody in some business that wasn't saying the right thing. So I started to focus on everyone outside of me. But the truth of the matter is if you're sitting in a seat in life that you don't like, it's because of you. I sat there, it was a long flight. And I wrote a chapter in my book that I'm sure one day each of you will have the chance to read. And what I did is I began to make consistent decisions that I would no longer be stuck in the environment, in my circumstances. Do you realize the adversity that I rose through to get here? Dude, I wasn't given some super secret weapon or some extra big, gigantic leverage to do this. My environment of people and friends and places and circumstances and situations was really subpar. I was a drug addict for 16 years. All I did was go and party and drink and go to Las Vegas and do cocaine and hang out with people and gamble and drain my life away. And then I'm like, want to get my life together. And you know what? Getting your life together isn't that easy because all of a sudden you're mad at everyone who's not your friend anymore because you're not drinking and partying. So then you have to deal with your emotions, resentment, bitterness, guilt, shame. You get it? So I was poor for most of my life. And all of a sudden, I decided to start a business 5 years ago, and no one knew about it for 4 years and 8 months. Like, nobody knew. Just this small, tiny little group. But I had just enough people who kept saying, hey, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. And as a result, I was no longer a slave simply because of my determination to move up in the flight. My determination to change my circumstances. My absolute, I will not, no matter what, give up. I will not surrender. I will not stop. I will not, no matter what it takes me, settle. I didn't mean to say surrender. I meant to say settle. And then, do you see that? I was okay to admit when I make a mistake. And I think it's important in life. People get too held up on mistakes. But if you're in life where you don't want to be sitting right now, the key is this. Follow somebody who's already living the way you want to live.
Amen.
So business class is this. And when I first saw this place, I honestly was like, all right, it's too small. There's not even a room for me. We need another room. But I looked at this, and in my mind, I knew that 10 days down the road, I could look at this, and I could say just to you, listen to me. I had no courage, no confidence. I was very insecure, extremely doubtful on my capabilities. I had social anxiety. Everywhere I went, I was socially anxious. I didn't know how to network or communicate or type or write or make a video. I didn't know how to create an edit. I didn't know how to put together a Canva graphic. I didn't know about tracking. I didn't know about any of this stuff. Okay, nothing. I didn't have any of those things. It took me 10 years to graduate college. Okay, 10 years. I got kicked out of college my last year. I wasn't an idiot, but those things just didn't add up to me. So a guy with zero experience, I didn't have any experience doing this, but I had a dream and I stuck to it. And because of that, I've been able to travel all over this world. All over this world. So I started over here. I lived here in Hawaii. Well, I started here. I went over here to Hawaii and I made all these videos. And over here in Hawaii, I said that was pretty cool. And I came back to here in Florida and went back down to Miami. Then I went to Atlanta. Then I went to Las Vegas. Then I went to Colorado. And I hiked the mountains all the way to the top. And I sat up there 3 years ago and said, okay, what am I going to do with my life? And I started to work $10 an hour. Started my life over 3 years ago today. I was sleeping in employee housing. Me, I got knock on the door. I go to the door. I'm like, Lane, we got another eviction notice. Straight up,
Real life.
I got not one, not two, but 3 eviction notices. 3 eviction notices. Let's see. I think I know how to turn this around. Yes, yes, yes. See, I knew how to turn my life around. Just like that. Hawaii, Florida, Colorado, hike the mountains, work as a busboy for $10 an hour, sleep in employee housings, getting eviction notices. And you want to know why I did that? Just because I had a dream. And I wanted my dream to come true because I didn't want to sit in that middle seat forever. I didn't want to always be stuck in coach. And I knew if I was always stuck in coach, then I'd always have a bad seat. And I'd always be frustrated. And I felt like I deserved more in life. So when I was here 2 years ago, I made a decision and I flew over here. And I stayed here for a month. And I ran out of money. And then I went down here. And then I went over here. And then I went here and I went to Jerusalem. And God said, keep going. Don't give up. I was like, wait, I don't have any. You keep going. All right, fine. So I went over here. And all of a sudden I was over here in this little place called Budapest. And I made a decision to spend every single dollar I had to come over, where is it? Down here? Like, all the way down here to Thailand. It's down here somewhere. I'm not a genius with this thing, but it's down here. And then, you know what I did down here? I went to 28 different countries. But I also landed down here in Asia with $1.71 in my bank account. And I somehow, through sheer determination, was able to create a $500,000 business in 1 year. And what I'm going to teach you in business class is literally how to go up in life, how to move forward to reach your goals, how to achieve your goals of if you are right here and you need to get to here, I'm going to be the one to help you get here. And what's so cool about it is on this journey, when I went to 28 different countries, and I've been fortunate enough to then go back over here and go through Greece and Italy and to go and travel through the world and to see all these incredible places. And right now in my life, I've been able to see so much of this world because of my dream and my desire to have a truly remote, reliable, and ready-to-go business. And when I set out to create something for you to help you go to the next level, this was the thing for you. This is the best way I could serve you and to help elevate your life. This was the way to get you to the next level of life so you could move up, so you could have a better seat, so you could have a reclining seat, so you could have a bigger seat, so you could have a pillow, so you could have a nice comfortable blanket, so you would be able to have a little bit of an hors d'oeuvre served to you and a nice cork menu, so you could have a drink with an umbrella in it and a big screen so you could watch it there and have nice earphones so you could relax and you could have more leg space and better AC system and you could have more enjoyment in life. That's what we're doing here. We're going to another level together. So let me ask you again, where do you want to go? The world is yours. The world is yours. When you learn what I'm going to teach you, you can literally live anywhere. There's no limitation to what you're capable of do, where you have to go, what you have to be. You can live anywhere. You can wear whatever you want. You can buy whatever you want. You can give to whoever you want. You could do what Stuart Clark did last night and said, hey, Chanel, let me buy your business class because I believe in you. You could reach out to people and lift them up because you have resources and finances and it feels good and it looks good and it tastes good and it is good. And it's for you. So what we're going to do is help you elevate your life to the next level through business class. Now, in your back office, you're going to have the opportunity to get secure and activate your business class position now. Okay? It's going to be really, this we wanted to do for our community to give you something, an edge, to give you an advantage. So the price is going to be $997. Will you turn the air down a little bit? Did you turn it off again?
No.
$997.
You're just on fire, bro, that's all.
It is a little warm in here.
I haven't touched it.
You know? $997. And that begins on January 1st. So what we're going to do is we're going to allow you to get access now for $497. And you get access to everything that we put together. And now what I can tell you for sure, beyond a shadow of a doubt, it's the best product ever created on the planet for less than $1,000. I also can tell you that what I put into it alone, just me, is worth more than $997. Because I'm going to teach you the skills that I've been able to leverage throughout my life to take $1 and turn it to over $1 million business, to help now thousands of people across the world, to travel all over the world, to be able to work, live, and basically go wherever you want to go. And so what I put in there alone is worth well more than $997. And then what I decided to do, and we made a decision to do as a community, is to bring in a legion of other people who are also going to give you what they know to help take your life to the next level. So we were strategizing back and forth and seeing what we could do to get this all together. And as we started to put this together, we're like, all right, what is the things that people need the absolute most to reach their goals? What is it that we could do to serve you so you could have an increase in finances, so you could have an increase in health, wealth, love, happiness, faith, family, and fun? So before I bring out someone who I just believe is my brother, a rock, someone who's on another level, rising through the ranks, have always been there since day one. I got to ask you, what is it that you want the most tonight? What is it that you want the most tonight? If I could just give you one thing, and it's anything that you wanted, what would you ask for today? Be clear. One thing, anything. What would you ask for today? I want you to write it down. I want you to just declare it. I want you to decree it. I want you to believe it. I want you to stand up in your home and I want you to speak it out loud. I want you to be crystal clear on what it is. I want you to know what that thing is going to get you. Where is it going to take you? I want you to know this one thing. If I was going to say one thing, you only get one thing, and you got to tell me right now, what is it that you would ask for? What is it that you would ask for? What is it that you want out of life? If you know what you want, you're going to get to where you're going. If you truly have a vision for what you want, you're going to get to where you want to go. And so, Siv wants freedom. Freedom is yours. Peace and freedom. Freedom. Freedom from my job so I can have time with my family. I love how clear that is. Time freedom, financial freedom, family freedom. That's a goal worth working for. Time freedom. Time freedom. Freedom. $100 million. This man dreams big. Why not? What's holding you back? Time freedom. Moving forward in 2020 with my income. To be debt free. See, do you see how we're all connected? In some way, we're all looking for the same things. It's like, first, I want to be debt free. And the moment I'm debt free, okay, now how can I get a good source of income? Now that I got a good source of income, how can I be able to spend more time with my family? Now that I can spend more time with my family, how can I take my family somewhere? Or, I need my health restored. And now that my health's restored, restore my finances while you're at it. Okay, I want to get out of this mindset so I can get out of the rut. I want to be motivated. I want to be inspired. So whatever you're here for, it's laid out through Heal. That's what we focus on, is to help people have a shift in their life from where they are to where they want to be. Body, soul, spirit. To go from where you are to where you want to be. And I think that's exactly what business class is. To go up in life, to increase, to reach further, to have more abundance flowing into your life. And we've done this in a powerful way. And what's so cool about tonight, why we wanted to make tonight special, is we're going to give you the ability right now to get access to business class at 50% off. You're going to be grandfathered into it. You're going to keep it for a lifetime. It's always going to be there for you. Because we knew as a community we would exponentially grow and we would soar together by giving you, as a first mover, somebody who's been here for a while, someone who's planted your flag here, someone who's shown up and made the commitment. All right, dive in. Let's make this happen, and we're going to serve you first. And so you're able to get access tonight for $497. And I just be honest, okay? That price will stay the same. It shows it right there on the page. It will increase each week. So you take action now and don't wait until Christmas Eve and start to stress about it. You do it today. You get it set up, and we're going to add you into the business class group, and we're going to begin as a community on January 1st. Anything prior to that point will be just some special things that we're going to add in, like we did last night, which was one of the most powerful 3-hour webinars that anyone has ever been on in their life. And that's what we're going to be doing with our group and our community. All right, so you have the ability to log in right now to your back office to discoverheal.com, and you just go all the way down to the bottom. I think Vince and Eric will be able to email the link out at any point now, and you'll be able to get a link as well. But you go all the way to the bottom, and you're going to be able to do that tonight for $497. All I ask for you to do, and I'm about to introduce our next guest, is when you do it, in the comments below, comment business class. Or you could say, I got my ticket. I got my ticket to paradise. I got my ticket to business class. And then we're going to welcome you as a new business class passenger. We did have some people who were on our private webinar last night who decided to make the commitment, and they started to they got access early. So there are new business class passengers, and it's been such a thrill ride already. So I'm going to be back in just a minute. I want to introduce our first speaker. He's looking good tonight. He is sharp. He is, prepared. He is ready. This is the kind of guy I would fly with around the world. This is the kind of person that I would love to build a business with. That's why we're doing it. He's someone I consider a dear friend. We hit the gym together. We had breakfast together. We've gone around the world, almost around the world together. We've been traveling the country. We're just getting started. He is a rock to this organization. He's a solid leader. He's a powerful businessman. He brings the heat every single day of the week. He's up early, up late. He makes it happen. His name is Keith, my brother, Chasson. Right.
Woo! There we go. Business class, folks. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope you're doing great. I know I am. I'm doing wonderful. This is a great gift from the Queen of Heel, Miss Lala. I was excited to place in a contest she had, and she this is what I want, a makeover. What do y'all think? Y'all like it?
Looking good.
Yeah. Good. I got to thinking while Stephen was talking about the difference. Business class. Why business class? Well, when we first launched Heel, he first kicked it off back on October 3rd. We launched it with 3 products. The VIP suitcase coach. If you're someone out there that's watching for the first time, or you've been sitting in Discover Heel for a while, the VIP suitcase coach is a really awesome product for you if you're looking to elevate your game a little. You've had some struggles in life. You walk by the mirror and you just kind of shake your head and you make some funny sounds at what you see, and you're not as motivated as you think you should be. You're looking for a more personal and professional development. Perhaps you'd like to elevate your spirituality. You want to get connected a little bit closer to God. Well, these are some things that VIP Suitcase Coach is geared towards. Maybe you're someone out there that's connecting with us, and you might like to dabble into internet marketing. Get on social media, begin to participate in that area of business. Well, Big Profile Profits is a program that Stephen designed that does exactly just that. It'll help you take your personal Facebook profile and convert it to a lead-generating, cash-generating machine, right? And then maybe you're someone out there who's really had some hard times. You grew up in a tough situation at home. You've got some things that's been, kind of on your mind for a while subconsciously. No matter what you try to do, you never seem to get ahead in your idea. Maybe you've got some emotional things that you've been dealing with, some trauma from the past. Well, the 21-Day I Am Challenge, that right there will absolutely revolutionize and transform your life. We've got a young lady here with us tonight, Miss Chanel from South Africa. That's a 100 total beautiful testimonial to how that can help people transform. We got tons of testimonials. We just happen to have one in the house. So those 3 products have been absolutely amazing in helping people to level up their game. What I'm most excited about the business class is being able to learn the things that elevated Stephen Munson and folks like Paulo Barroso and Michael and Lauren Mansell, Ace and Rich, all these, and there's so many more out there, these top marketers. There's just so many that have come into Heel as a result of these particular products, of the level of what these digital products have been able to help people do. They finally feel that they've got something real that they can offer people and not be, and be proud of it. And something that's tangible. It's intangible, but it becomes tangible in your life. And so I was sitting there thinking when Stephen was talking about where would you like to go. Bora Bora has always been something that's been a dream of mine and Jamie's. We'd love to, can you imagine? Think about this. It's the day of the week doesn't matter. You got your plane ticket ready. You get on that however the itinerary goes. But next thing you know, you're landing by a seaplane. You landed in there. They escort you off the plane down to your bungalow on the water, and you're getting all set up, and you look down, and the glass floor is there, and there's nothing but sea life, right? Fish and whatever else. It's mostly fish in the water, right? Yeah, that's what she knows. But just think about different colors, different types of fish, different colors. It's just absolutely amazing. These are some things that I think about often. And I kind of tried to walk you through that scenario because really what the mind of man, and I don't mean man specific, I'm talking about gender plurality. The mind of man can conceive and the heart can believe, you can achieve. It's once said that if you can hold it in your head, you can hold it in your hand. And it's so true. You see, because our lives today are based upon a direct result of the programming we had when we were younger. All of our life's experiences, everything we go through, the home we grew up in, maybe even the daycares that our parents may have brought us to when they went to work, the schools we attended, the people we hung around, our friends, our circle of influence, our relatives, our aunts, our uncles, our cousins, all these people, the television, the different media sources. Maybe we read the newspaper some, maybe we listened to a lot of music. All these media input, no matter where it came from, programmed our life to a point where what we're living today is a direct result of all that programming. It's a manifestation in reality. Now, do you want something different? Then all we have to do is change the program. Just change the program. And so how do you do that? That's always the biggest question, Keith. How do I change the programming? That is actually so easy, it'll blow your mind. You have to constantly, first of all, you have to have a drive. And what's the drive? We're either running away from a dread or running towards a dream, right? Those are the only two motivating factors in the world. We're either excited about the possibility of attaining something new, or we're afraid to lose something that we have. It's a fear of loss, desire for gain. That's the only two really motivating factors there are. And so we have to, based on that, we got to daily, in our minds, we have to listen to positive affirmations, things that's going to repeat over and over and over and over again. We have to watch programming. We have to surround ourselves with a community, a positive, uplifting community. And the reason we have to personally do that for ourselves, because Michael Jackson said it best. He says, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. And that's where we all need to start. With the man or woman we are today, we got to start with that person that we see when we look into the mirror. Jim Rohn said it best. The same wind blows on us all. We all go through the same things in life. I hear people tell me, oh, I would do it but this. I would do this but that. Or I would have this if not for this. The same wind blows on us all. The difference, Jim says, it's not the blowing of the wind, but the set of the sail, which is our subconscious programming, our mindset. That's going to determine the difference. Hey, I'm excited about business class because I know the content that's going to be loaded into there from what Stephen has the knowledge base that he has gleaned over the years or learned over the years, the knowledge base of all the professional top-level marketers that he's going to get input from that's going to actually contribute to the development of that business class. It's going to help every single person elevate their life. And I'm fired up. How we say that? Wired, fired, and never tired. We're excited. Hey, I'm happy excited I got to share with everyone tonight. And look, if you really want to elevate your game, at least take Lala shopping with you.
Yes.
She can teach you to dress right.
That's right.
Y'all have a good night. Enjoy. But more than anything, let me do this one more thing, Stephen. Hold on. I was thinking this in my head. VIP Suitcase Coach, Big Profile Profits, the 21-Day I Am Challenge, the business class. Retail total is about $1,680 going all in to absolutely change your life. To me, it's a bargain. But right now, for a brand new person, you could actually come into Heal, Get your subscription to the Suitcase Coach, your Big Profile Profits, the 21-Day I Am Challenge, combined. Let me do this in my head real quick. 50, 150, 350, $850. That's half price. What an amazing value. I encourage you, you're watching this for the first time, maybe it's the second time. Maybe you've been plugged into Discover Heal for a week, maybe it's been 2 weeks, maybe it's been 30 days. But one thing's for sure, that tonight is your night. Go all in, and we'll see you in business class.
All right.
Yeah, baby, yeah! Oh,
Oh dear. That phone was fire.
our stabilizer isn't much.
Oh, man.
So this is ready.
Yes.
You can go in. We'll email it out to you in a little bit. These guys, we're working around the clock. We're just making things happen. So just a little bit of a sneak peek for you. If you're watching this, the page is ready so you can get access to it. And, you know, we kind of went back and forth because originally we're like, let's just, it was like, let's make it $997 because what it's worth, I feel like it's worth $2,500 to $5,000 as a community. But if you came to me individually, it would be $25,000 to $50,000. Just to be honest with you, if I was to work with just one person, but as a community, it'd be $2,500 to $5,000. And if you looked and compared to other products on the internet, all over the internet, this is where you would price it. Okay, no exaggeration, legitimate. $2,500 to $5,000 would be the average price for what we're going to deliver. So we wanted to make it the best you've ever gotten for $1,000 or less. So we're going to make it $997. But what we decided to do is put it so you can get access to it now. For $497, you own it for a lifetime, forever. It's always yours. You can learn from it, grow from it, succeed with it. And there's this countdown timer right here because the next price increases at this time. So just get it tonight, make it happen tonight, and be done with it. After tonight, then you could go back to rebuilding, building back up. And I got to tell you, if you make an excuse, you cut yourself out. That's what I said before. You have to do it. Because I know that I've had multiple times when I've been pressed for something way more expensive than $497 that was worth way less, and I made the decision to do it. You want to know why? Because it changed my life forever. And I got multiple stories about that. But before I go into that, this is here. You can go. I see a lot of names coming in. We'll do our best to welcome all of you. But remember, comment below ticket or business class if you got it. But someone who I love to travel with, someone who I've traveled the world with, someone who is my best friend, my travel buddy, somebody who I look up to, who elevates me, who made me, somebody who, has helped create this movement, somebody who keeps us all in line but lifts us all up, shows us a vision, has already helped create us the vision for making real heal houses all over the world. As a community or in some way, we're going to buy heal houses. You're going to be able to come in and rent them. We're going to create a way for us to do that together. But because it was her vision and her drive and her tenacity, what I believe to be the Queen Bee world traveler herself, Lauren Diane Barley.
Hi, everybody. Well, yeah, I love to travel. And I tell you what, I'm not traveling cattle car ever again. So I had a September that was amazing. Flying, I flew to Greece. I flew to Greece in September by myself and went to the Orlando airport. It was super groovy. Going into that Delta Sky Club. I'm like, I'm kind of hungry. Got some food. Got in my first class seat 1A. I was by myself. Flew into Greece and went all through Europe. I love to travel and see all the mysteries of the world, and probably, I guess I'm going to talk about my dream trip. The one I'm really looking forward to doing very soon is getting on a plane, flying to Finland. I do want to do this trip with Stephen. We do travel very well together because we don't have to have plans. We really actually thrive on zero plans and zero clothes. Because we get in the, on the plane, I mean, we talk quite a bit about going to the airport. We almost are drooling about going to the airport on New Year's Eve. We were thinking how much fun it would be. Let's go to the airport in Eagle, Colorado, which we are going to Colorado in 2 days. Everyone knows Lala can't resist the mountains. I have to ski on some double blacks in the back bowls of Vail. I think I'm going to have to get some new skis. And I'm pretty sure I'm getting the new ski boots where you control them from your iPhone and they heat up.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, I know I'm getting those at the Solomon store the minute I get to Vail. But my dream trip, and I'm thinking about trying to talk Stephen into it, is, and maybe even on New Year's Eve, unless we go to Eleuthera or somewhere Turks and Caicos, I would like to go to Finland. Get on the plane, fly over to Finland, get our faux fur coats on, get off the plane. Stephen, how did you like that flight almost over the North Pole, where we had our hot, steaming apple cider with cinnamon sticks, and then we're gonna get a little rest from the jet lag, which we're not gonna have. Then I really want to go into a nightclub in Finland. The people there are super groovy, so I can see us with our fake big fur coats going in, to find a sober nightclub. Go dance the night away while you see all those lights. What are those? Magic? You know those lights, the ones that are green, they're swirling around. The Aurora Borealis. So after that, what about Norway? I really want to go way up on top of one of those mountains and look way across all those mountains and the rocks where you see people standing there and they're way up and there's nothing underneath. I want to do that. Then how about this? Now this is a reality, you guys. We can all do this together if you guys want to come along, because we're going business class. Not cattle car. Anyway, so then I was thinking, well, since we're in the northern area, why don't we go to the North Pole? What about getting the South Pole? Is the South Pole up there and the North Pole's down?
The way you stand it.
It's your imagination.
We're going to the North Pole.
Yes.
See, this is green. This is Greenland, I believe. Wait, yeah. Well, I think Iceland. Well, anyway, I want to go to the North Pole. Where they really have to bundle up, and the wind's like whoo. I want to get on one of those things that pull you with the huskies, the dogs. I can't wait. Then we're gonna go hop on over to Iceland. Let's go get in some hot springs. We'll be working out like crazy, man. We're gonna be really fit, and that's only a week into the trip. Then it's gonna be like, gosh, we're all blistering. Let's go to the airport. Where do you want to go now? Well, I definitely think that we probably should go to the Virgin Islands. Why don't we go to Tortola and just go into a store and buy some bathing suits? We can leave our fake fur up in Finland, Iceland. And where we're staying in Finland, it's going to be like an ice cave. An ice igloo hotel where you look up and you see the Aurora Borealis. Then, okay, one last trip. We're running out of days in January. What about if we go to the Maldives?
Yeah,
Let's get on a plane, go to the Maldives, get in one of those cabanas that you can see through, and all the ladies come in from the Four Seasons. Ma'am, would you like this coconut milk in this pineapple sippy thing? How about our massage team? Come on in, ladies. Let's give her a massage with some rose oil. Let's give her a big aromatherapy foot rub. How about a new hairdo? Want some beautiful glittery hair color? I mean, we can all live this dream. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it's, what's so great about it? It's within reach.
Yes.
So that's the thing that's exciting about this business class. It's within reach. It's a course. I've seen a lot in the course already. I guarantee you, if you went to an event with another person that put this course together, 10, 20 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand. You know, I told Stephen, I said, you're crazy to sell that cheap. Because you don't know how much information. It's going to catapult us all to where, I mean, the information in it is going to help us all continue to build the business. It's just going to grow, grow, grow. It has principles that are going to set you into another plateau. So I hope you guys are going to come along with us, because I'm already getting antsy, because tomorrow we close down this heel house. And I'm like, going to Colorado, just me and Steven. We got to bring the whole team. What about like the whole 100 of you? It's a reality. You know, we can rent like mansions. And do you know how much fun? It's a dream. So that's my dream, to travel with all the cool people. Last night I was blown away at some of the people I did not know that spoke. I was like flabbergasted. The wealth of knowledge, the kind of people we have involved in HEAL are like, it takes a lot to impress me, and I'm very impressed. So, and then I guess we're going to close out our trip with, I really need to go to the desert and you know, be in like Tucson, where all those big giant cactuses are. That place is amazing. So, where else should we go? Well, I know. Oh.
London.
Now, I'm super excited about this trip. I'm going to London with
right.
Paulo. He's going to take me for high tea
Yes.
at the Ritz.
All right.
So you're going to see Lala and Paulo. Steven, you can come with a big feathered hat on.
I receive.
Yes. Wait! All right, so without further ado, I would like to introduce James Bond.
I don't know about James Bond, but just Paulo.
James
Paulo.
007, baby.
Thank you, Lauren.
I know, it's going to be
London.
exciting.
Are you
I
excited
can't
for
wait.
London?
Yeah, I love him. You guys follow? He's the, what is it called? The secret,
Agent man?
no, not the secret agent man. The silent detonator.
Silence.
Stealth bomb.
Watch out. The stealth bomber, yeah.
The stealth bomber?
He's like the world-class guy. That's why I like hanging out with him. You know, he's so world-class. It's so cool. So,
Try to be.
we
Thank you,
love
Lauren. We love you too. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Lauren. We love you, Lala, so much. Guys, so business class, that's what it's all about tonight. Talking about business class, upgrading and upping your standards. And that's what I'm going to talk about tonight. I'm going to talk about the power of going all in. And for some of you, you're probably thinking, well, probably it's all right for you because you've got all the money, you know, to buy these products. But let me tell you a story. 10 years ago, I was broke. You know, I was broke like a church mouse. You know, I didn't have the money to buy these products. But I've learned from my mentor that in order to upgrade my life and fly business class around the world, I have to go with the all-in mentality, you know, and buy all the products. And I'm a product of the product. I own all the products in HEAL, by the way. And the power of going all in, guys, have changed my life completely, you know. And attending the events and having the all-in mentality and buying all the products and actually using the products.
Yes.
So this product, business class, it's got to be, it's done by 4 people who actually own the trenches. Stephen Munson, the CEO, the man who started this company with $1 and they made sales of over $1 million, you know, from starting with just $1. Ace and Rich, who obviously some of you know their story. Michael Mansell and Lauren. Paulo Barroso, who was broke 10 years ago, you know, but we own the trenches now and we've learned on how to succeed in business. And guess what? We will be teaching you guys on how we did it. And don't you rather learn from someone who actually owned the trenches and having success right now, not 3 years ago or 5 years ago, with like old stuff that doesn't work anymore, but with current stuff that we actually applying in our business to have the success.
Yes.
I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather learn from people who are on the trenches.
Yes.
Because we see a lot of this on the internet. People talk a good game on the internet saying, I earn this, I do that. We don't see them on the leaderboards. We don't see them anywhere succeeding. But yeah, a lot of people talk a good game. I like learning from producers. I don't know about you guys.
Yes.
So, 10 years ago, and I'm going to be very brief. 10 years ago, my mentor called me and he said, Paulo, I'm having an event in Miami and I want you to come. I was dead broke. I was working on my mindset though, dead broke. And I said to him on the phone, yeah, I'm going to be there. Never been to America, ever. It was my dream. Never been to America, but I made a commitment to him and to myself that I was going to be there. I put the phone down and I just thought, how on earth am I going to get, I think I needed, because I'm from London in UK, I think I needed $5,000 to fly to Miami to stay there for 5 days, because the event was actually on Miami Beach in a 5-star hotel. So I did my calculations, I needed $5,000. And guess what, guys? Instead of saying, I can't do that, I am broke, I don't have the money, I can't buy business class because I'm broke and I don't have $497. In my case, it was $5,000. I didn't have the money, I was broke, but you know what, guys? Because I was already working on my mindset, I was resourceful. And you know what I did? I asked, how can I get this money? Yeah. Instead of saying, I don't have the money, I can't get this money, sorry dude, to my mentor, I can't come. Instead, in faith, I put the phone down and I told him, I am coming. Yes. And I put the phone down and I asked, how can I make this happen? How can I? You see, the quality of our life, it's the quality of the questions we ask.
Yes.
Does that make sense, guys? So within 3 days, I managed to find that money. Actually, I'm going to tell you how I found that money. I don't advise you guys to do this, because what I did was a little bit irresponsible. I got 3 payday loans, which I don't know what they are here called in the US, but in the UK, they're like 10,000% interest rate. You know, something like that, like 1,000.
That's for sure.
And it was a risk, but you know what, guys? I was so sure. It was like my lottery ticket. If I fly to Miami to that event and meet my mentor, I knew it was going to change my life. And because I believed that event would change my life, I did what I had to do. I found that money. I flew over to Miami. I met my mentor. I learned things that I didn't even think was possible. Changed my mindset. It changed my life. 6 months later, when I returned to the UK, I actually gave up my full-time employment to do this internet marketing thing. And I became full-time because of this leap of faith. Was it risky? Yes. Do I advise you guys to go out and take 3 payday loans? Absolutely not. But I did what I had to do because I had my back against the wall. I wanted to change. I wanted to change so bad that I did what I had to do. You know, I'm not proud of actually saying that here live, because it's quite a personal thing, because it could have gone wrong as well. But my belief system, my belief was like, if I go to that trip, if I go and meet my mentor, I know it's going to change my life. And guess what, guys? It changed my life. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here today. Yes. I'm having this success because I took a risk. And if you guys study, I don't know if you guys read like biographies like by Richard Branson and people like, you know, on another level, they all took risks, right? And sometimes in life we need to take risks. And I took my risk and I got my lottery ticket, because when I went there, it changed my life. So that's what I've got for tonight. I just wanted to share that with you. Some of you are broke, I understand that. I've been broke. I've been there. I've been rich and I've been poor. You know what? I choose rich all the time.
Amen.
So with that said, guys, sometimes it's a leap of faith you need. You got to learn from the best. Have the all-in mentality. And for you guys who are already in, but not all in yet, you might be just at VIP level with Hill. Guess what? Go all in, because you got to start attracting that caliber of people into your teams that they will go all in as well, because they will follow leader. They'll follow leadership. So be that guy, be that girl, be that leader that will lead from the front and just go all in. With that said, guys, that's all I've got for tonight. Thank you so much for having me. Dude, just give it. I love you, man. Yeah, I love you too, man. Woo!
That's one classy dude right there.
Yes.
Wow, you learn, when you hang around the best, you become the greatest.
Amen.
And that's what Paulo Barroso has been helping us all do, elevate each and every day. It's been cool because one of the things we're doing in business class is I sat down with him humbly and said, hey, Paulo, you know, about my business, I've had some great success, but there's one thing I'm missing, and I have a list, but I've never emailed it, and I'm kind of shy with my list. I don't email them. I don't necessarily have a formula of what to say. Am I using the right email autoresponder? Am I segmenting my leads the right way? Am I, sending them, like, how many times should I email them? How should I acquire new leads? Like, how should I put them in different lists? And so if you were like me and you wanted to do it, but you never did because you didn't know exactly how to do it, and you kind of felt like you were wasting time, or you didn't get results right away, and so you didn't keep persevering, I thought that, like, wow, I got this person in my home who's been able to generate, $8 million, let's say, in the last decade, who've done it primarily through list building. I should learn from this guy. Okay? And then you know what would be cool? In business class, why don't you learn from him with me? So that's one of the ways that we're doing this. And to learn from somebody that's already living it.
Amen.
And that's what we're doing in business class. So Paulo Barroso and I, it's kind of fun how we do this and we work through it. And I think you'll really enjoy that part of it. And that's one of 12 different segments that we have. So you can go into your back office. You go down. There's a beautiful black. It looks like an eagle flying up. It's gold and black. It's sharp. It's powerful. It says business class. You're worth it. And it shows you the timer. You still have time to go in there and to activate your business class, become a business class passenger. It's $497. I promise you it will be this is the lowest it will ever be, but we wanted to give our community leverage so you can come in, get started right now and have access to it before anybody else and at the lowest possible price. Then when we release it in full in January, and at the full price of $997, you will already be able to have unlimited access for life. All right, that's our gift to you, but you got to go and you got to make it happen. And like Paulo said, you might have to take a risk, and the risk is where all the reward comes from. Another cool thing is inside of this, we do this not just with Paulo, but many different people. So one other example is we had a pain posture specialist, Mike Slotin, and we went to his studio just a few days ago, and he helped show us 5 different positions that you can use in your own home to, if you have neck pain or back pain or issues with slouching, or you feel kind of groggy, or you feel, you need to loosen up a little bit. A pain posture specialist who showed us, all these cool techniques that we could do at our home, because we want to help keep you sharp. And we want to help keep you physically fit and help get you in the space that you need to be. So we went in and we filmed, and Keith, Jamie, Paulo, and Lane were in all these cool. I was filming all of them, and he was instructing them all. And they were doing them all together in the studio. And it was so cool because I'm like sitting there. These are things I could do anywhere in the world. I could do them in the airport. I could do them in my hotel. Congratulations, Ryan Parker. I see that you did business class. I'll do my best to announce your names as they come through. I know over 50 people have already did the business class, and we're just getting started. So if you want to write ticket below, but Ryan Parker, I did see yours. It's kind of hard to see him as I'm trying to talk, but it doesn't matter. What matters the most is that you get to where you want to get with Heal. And so what we did is we put a variety of things. So not just list building or not just pain posture specialist, but also we went into other social media things like YouTube, who, Michael Mansell is a seasoned expert in YouTube. So if you want to learn from somebody who's already living it, he would be the guy, and he's going to pull back the curtain to show you really the foundation of making that happen, because that's another area that I've really lacked to really be able to produce and create results. So what I did is a couple different things. I first asked myself the questions is, where can I grow in life? And as I asked myself the questions, I said, well, in life to grow, I actually need more infrastructure in my online business. So meaning right now my online business is really strong in what? Facebook. But there's other areas that it could be strong in that I'm not strong in. I'm not strong in YouTube. I'm not strong in list building. So why don't I learn from people who are really strong at that? Plus, another thing is I know I have shoulder and neck pain. I know it. I'm always at a computer. I mean, I work hard, and I know that I have shoulder and neck pain. So I should learn from a pain posture specialist to be able to help me loosen up. And, you know, the power of the subconscious mind. I want to learn the power of the subconscious mind. I want to learn, like from Ace and Rich, community building, team building, how to, you know, what they do the very best is over the shoulder. You know, if like, imagine you were sitting right next to them and they're showing you exactly what to do to better your life. And if you heard their story last night, like, wow, these are the best of the best in the world going to serve you. Now, any one little section in here would be equivalent to what you're paying for. So there is no risk. You have no risk. You have no stress. You have no worries. We've done this because our community is going to catapult into the highest and greatest level. I've done this because our community is destined for abundance in their life, for greatness, for victory, for freedom. And I'm honestly sick and tired of people not having enough. Not having enough of this, not having enough of that, not having enough energy, not having enough joy, not having enough finances, not having enough time. People don't have enough time, and they don't have enough money, and they don't have enough energy. So think about it. Well, you can't even hang out with them. So I'm like sitting over here for a while, and I'm like, I'm building this dream business, but it's just me. It's not really that big of a dream when it's just you. I mean, traveling's fun, but it's just you. What about everybody else? What about everybody else? What about everybody else, Stephen? You know what? This is for you. We have created such an incredible platform for you to be able to leverage. So you can get interactive, tangible help. So someone could walk you through the process step by step. Like Lane was saying last night, when, you know, right when day one is they beat you down. They break you down so then they can build you back up. And I think the world has broken us all down. And it's time to build back up. It's time to build up stronger, faster. It's time to build up healthier and wealthier. It's time to build up more skills, because next year you need the ability to have your own economy. You as an individual, someone who runs your household or runs your bank account, you need the ability to have your own economy. Tom McEntry, welcome to business class.
Yes.
Welcome to business class. We're glad to have you. So, yeah, baby. What's cool is this. I already know it's kind of back to back to back to back. We got so much going on right now, and there's 130 of you here. So we're super amped that so many of you came out tonight. And as I'm seeing the names rolling through, I'm excited to see you all. And I'm excited for what you're all doing and what you're going to be doing with your business, where you're headed, what your life is all about, and how I'm able to help you make that happen. So having your own economy means moving up in life to business class. You know, having your own economy means moving up in life to business class. And this is literally how it works. You got to step into it. You know, this is how success is. You got to step into it.
Amen.
You know, this is how freedom is. You got to step into it. This is honestly how faith is. People stand here, say, God bless me, God bless me, God bless me, please, please, God bless me. God bless me. It's like, why is the door still closed? Why is the door still closed? When's the door going to open? Why is the door still closed? And God's going, are you going to walk forward? Bless. That's what life is all about. This is what faith is. Faith isn't standing here to receive. Faith is this. That's what faith is. So when you step into it, the moment you step in, what happens? The door opens. So you got to step into the plane. You got to step into faith. You got to step into the blessing. You do. You do. I can't do it for you. Like, I mean, we already made everything you could ever possibly have for resources and tools to have a transformation in your life. But you got to step into it to make it happen. It's on you. So, I believe, what time is it? 9 o'clock?
9.
Perfect. I got 20 minutes. So what we're going to do is we have 2 more speakers. They're going to get up and share with you for 2 to 3, 4 minutes, and then we're going to wrap this up. So I want to know who here has already made the decision to go into business class. You've already went into your back office and did it while we were talking. Who already made it happen? And Stuart Clark made it happen for you and one guest. So we'll go ahead and get her up next. We have Chanel, who's going to speak just for a minute. She kind of looks like she's ready for business class. Actually, she dressed the part. She's ready to roll. She has her riveting speech last night. She's been stepping up as somewhat of the professor on the late night show for the I Am Challenge, helping kind of go through the process. She's been serving in every way, shape, and form. In fact, she used to work on an airlines. So now, for HEAL Business Class, we're going to introduce Miss Chanel. Congratulations. Welcome.
Hi everybody, you see me already wearing business class, and I just went in today thanks to Stuart. So let me say right here, thank you so much for doing that. I was literally, when we were talking in the webinar last night, I had to throw money over from my savings account. I did it on my phone, put it over to my savings account. I logged into my dashboard, and as I wanted to buy it, I could not find it. I gave my phone to Paulo, and I was like, please help me. I don't even know where to find it. And he said, just wait, just put down your phone. And I put down my phone. Not even like 2 minutes later, up comes the message from Stuart in the webinar, Chanel, I want to pay for you. Who does that in a community? Who does that in a business? Just earlier today, well, first of all, a while ago, I received $100 for being blessed as a thank you from this community, from HEAL. What company does that? And they've been doing this all the time. Today, again, I see someone has been blessed because of their story. So if that is just being in the community, if that's just VIP, imagine business class. Actually, I don't even have to imagine it. I have experienced it. I've been treated like a VIP by people that I have only known for a few months. I've been treated like a family member, like an actual daughter and a sister, even more as a VIP. And if that is what VIP is, if that is what Discover HEAL is, imagine business class. So, and it doesn't even have to be imagination, it's within your grasp. I've joined, I would say about an hour, 2 hours ago, that I actually finally had time to get on my laptop to do that part. I already have 2 commissions. I didn't even sign anybody up yet. So, and I'm already making money. So yes, I went from literally not wanting to live to ending my life the end of this month, to having a business class experience, to walking with Paulo Barroso, like one of the most amazing guys out there, and we're doing a mastermind on the beach with our feet in the waves. What kind of community or living do you have where you're masterminding and learning from the best people with shorts on and your feet in the water? Second of all, then comes Queen Bee Lala, and oh my goodness, another upgrade in business class from the box. Wait, who does that? Like really, who gives you an iPhone X?
11.
iPhone 11X.
XR.
XR. Because I have a Samsung, I'm still a Samsung baby. I'm going into iPhone, so I just know it's like a really awesome phone. But she is so busy with her own job. She is so busy supporting all of us all the time. She takes out of her busy life, out of her busy career time to go and organize this for me. Then, when she had a full day of work already, she comes and sits here on the couch. She could have told me, okay, now go and set up your phone. No, she comes here, she sits down, she does it. It's a frustration because something just didn't want to work, and she had to keep asking me to put in my PIN because it's a long one, but she did it. what kind of company does this, where they actually love you, where they pull you in, where they make you their daughter, where I get a tent to go camp? You know, I'm here on, I think it's an island. Is this an island? Still doing island life. From literally not wanting to live and honestly being completely down and out to having this kind of experience. From going from I didn't care. Lala? Yes, Lala. Now she's phoning me.
Your flight is ready.
Okay, I think my time's almost up because my flight's ready. I'm nicely dressed. I'm going to sit in business class, not an economy. And believe me, if you have worked for an airline for 5 years, you know the difference between economy and business class. Huge difference. You sit in economy, you sit like this. You eat out of plastic little plates and stuff. The food is okay, but it's airplane food. They put too much salt in it because it just doesn't taste nice. And that's us in our normal life. Then you get into business class. So you get served, as you get into business class, you get served with a tray, orange juice, apple juice, champagne. You sit down, you get a 4-course meal, you get linen, everything, and you sit in a seat that goes all the way back. Who doesn't want that? I want that, so I'm going all in. Thank you for the community who gave me all of this. I would have done it also by myself, but thank you to a community, I'm already making money, and I have not even done that much yet. So I would say go all in. You're going to be rich. From just seeing the commissions I've gotten already just by joining 2 hours ago, it's worth it. And from seeing already all the everything that's in business class already, there's no doubt that this is, for the price, this is crazy. That all the training you're going to get. And from all the stuff I've already asked everybody around here that's in there, what I already got to do, you're making me nervous. Stephen is standing over here.
Good.
It's making me a bit
Good.
nervous. So
And you want to
anyway,
know why?
because I must finish.
No, I'm not. That's not why. We're all about to learn a valuable lesson about
See,
life.
this is how you do business class.
This whole time, for the last 10 days, I have been teaching God's most powerful voices how to speak. And that's part of business class. To learn to communicate at the highest and greatest level. It is the highest paid skill in the world. Speaking, writing, communicating. So all day, every day. How do you learn? Through experience. And because Stephen's over here, she's getting a little pressure. You know, we start to ramble and think too much. I wasn't even, actually, I was just supporting. Like over there where I would normally stand on the side of the stage. But inside the program, that's what you're going to learn. And how much better, if I don't know if you guys saw her speaking a few days ago or a week ago. She was, I mean, the first time she spoke,
I actually read off a piece
she
of
had to
paper.
read off paper 3
I didn't
times.
speak at all.
She spoke on stage and she was like this the whole time.
My legs were shaking.
And just be, it's a, and it was so powerful what she said. But the thing is, everything is in here already, in all of us. So with a little bit of preparation, some experience, some support, guess what? We all have the ability to elevate in life. So finish,
Yeah.
and you get 30 seconds.
Okay. If this is, if I could stand here with him next to me, pressuring me for 30 seconds, and from the little bit I've already learned from the people around me what's going to be in business class, I can speak to you like this now. Imagine when I finish that course, how great I'm going to be. I'm going to be on TED Talks. I'm going to have my own show. I don't know. I'm going to do that. So join me, guys. We don't want to sit in economy anymore. We want to be in business class.
Yeah! Is that not powerful? Ladies and gentlemen, you have it within you. That wasn't planned or anything. No one even knew. In fact, no one even knew inside this whole place that they were going to speak besides Keith and Paula. Lala didn't know. Chanel didn't know. And the next speaker didn't know until about 5 seconds ago. I said, hey, by the way, you're going to be speaking in the next 3 minutes.
Hey, your brother wants to speak.
And he goes, wait, hold on. why didn't you tell me? So, this was like the boom, turn it around and got it ready. But this is what's so cool about our next guest speaker. And he's created a name for himself in this community, and he will all over the world. It's the mailman. And when we first started that is because he always delivers. And it was like the mailman always delivers. And it's not even a joke. This is how that name became what it is today. The first time there was this group of us in Vail, Colorado on my birthday, and Lane steps up and we all grabbed hands. It was on my birthday. I'll never forget. It was snowing in the village, and he prayed for all of us. And there was so much power in his voice that every one of us were like, dude, are you like a minister? Like, because we don't really know him that good. Like, are you, like, who are you? And all of us, all 7 of us were like, that was the most powerful prayer I've ever heard in my life. Yeah. And it haven't happened once, twice, every time. When he gets up and speaks, there's just something, because God has a voice that connects from him to you, and it connects from him to me, and God has a big plan for this man. He's a great friend. He's an incredible business entrepreneur. Yeah. He's a great connector. He's a supporter, a believer, a fan. I love you, Lane. Come on up, brother. Yes. Yeah, baby. The mailman. And so he was just sitting over there. He put on makeup and everything, and this is what we're doing, baby.
All right, so first of all, what's up, everyone? Glad y'all are here. And look, he's not lying. I just had to pull a Superman move because I was sitting there on the chair in boxer shorts and just a t-shirt, and he points at me like, yo, you next. So I flew to the room, got dressed up real quick. And so I didn't know what I was going to say, but now I know what I'm going to say, right? Because typically I always just talk about mindset and training and all these things or sharing my story. But I want this talk right now actually to be more about you guys. Okay? And it's kind of ironic because I didn't even think of this until just now, because we're talking about upgrading and business class and flights and all this stuff. And our pastor, Ken Malone, the first time I heard him speak, he actually shared a story with us about how he was on this flight, and typically he would always fly like economy, right? And then on this one flight, he decided, you know what, like we deserve first class. Let me just do first class, right? Because he was always worried about his money, that he couldn't afford it or whatnot. And this conversation and what everybody's saying, it reminded me of that. And so I just want to speak life into everybody that's on here, that each and every one of us and you deserve better things in life, right? We deserve to have that car that we want. We deserve that house. We deserve to get to go on trips. We deserve to fly first class, right? But a lot of us, we get caught up, and look, I'm one as well. There's times where, Stephen will have to like check me because I'm like, oh, I ain't got the money to do this or whatever. And it's that poverty mindset. It's those limiting beliefs that we have. And when we really start to think that, we don't think we deserve it, right? And if we think we don't deserve it, chances are we're never going to get it. Right? So we have to really start, again, like I said yesterday about programming. I want everybody just to start believing that you deserve more. Believing that it's possible. And start to just treat yourself. Like, they can tell you, like tonight, for example, right? They were like, hey, we're going to go eat dinner. Do you want to go eat dinner? We got food in the fridge. And I'm the kind of person, I don't spend much money. Like, I could live on about probably $2,000 a month, and I could get by. I don't spend much. I don't eat out much. I don't go shopping. I rarely spend money on things. That's just how I am. I grew up as a kid, with not very much money. My mom actually used to take me to Hancock Fabric when I was in elementary school, and we would have, before the school year was coming, she would take me there. And I would have to pick out fabric because she sold my clothes. Some of these people might not even know that. Yeah. So I grew up where, you didn't waste anything. You know, you didn't blow money on stupid stuff. And, you know, I grew up in a lot of ways, I still live like that. I don't like to throw away leftovers and food. I don't like just blowing money on clothes. And even the other day when they were all shopping, there was like this nice suit and clothes I was looking at. And then I was like battling with myself. I don't really need it. I got other jackets. And I ended up not buying it, right? And it's just, it's the way I think. And so I just want you guys to start being more aware of how you think about money and treating yourself. And allow yourself to you know, spend money on yourself sometimes and go do things. And don't worry so much about the stress of the money. Because whenever you do that, you'll always block that other money and the blessings from coming. And I can tell you guys, I can truly attest to this. Because every time that I just took a leap of faith and did something, it always worked out financially. Mm-hmm. Right? When I drove to Colorado to meet Stephen and them for the first time, I really didn't have the money to get there. But guess what? I made it there. Right? It all worked out. Every time I had some kind of business thing and I took a leap of faith and I did it and I didn't have the money, somehow other money came into my life. And I'm not going to say I was always rich or wealthy or had a lot of money, but I was never without. So God always provided just enough to cover whatever I'd spent that money on taking a chance. Right? The money always came back. So that's all I want to encourage you guys to do is eliminate those blocks financially that you have. Start to take leaps of faith. Start to believe you deserve more in life. And start to treat yourself a little bit sometimes, right? And allow the blessings and God to show you that it's okay when those finances come back around. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. And look, I'm grateful for everybody here. I'm excited to see all the new faces that join business class. And even if you're not even involved at all, I can't wait to see some people go VIP that aren't VIP. I can't wait to see people do the I Am Challenge and all the other programs that we have. And just start to level up in life, right? Start to level up and just improve your life, better it. And I'm just excited for 2020. So look, I love y'all. And I appreciate y'all letting me speak. And I'll talk to y'all later. Aloha.
That was a great message. Thank you, Lane, and all of our speakers. What a phenomenal night. They all just got up. And look, none of us are professional trained speakers. Everyone's speaking from the heart. No one has a script. We're just telling you, you know, what's going on with us. And I want to try to find out because I wanted to invite them last night. And we had a pretty big webinar, and I don't know if my brother Paul, he had a chance a few nights ago to give a little speech, and it was riveting. I mean, he did so good. The message was powerful. I love what he said. So I just shot him an invite. Hopefully he could jump on and just be our final speaker and just kind of wrap this thing up. Congratulations to everyone who's gotten the business class. I haven't been able to read all the names as we're going through them. But let's see. Paul, if you are watching, if you can hit the Michelle, I see that you just went all in, our business class, Michelle Roebuck. And we're going to have to kind of change it because all in now is going to be all in. It's going to be bigger because it's business class. And so if we just say business class because you just get it. But I love what Lane said. Just kind of start where, you are, whatever you need for your next step just to go there. So Paul, if you're watching this, I was trying to invite you on. I think you have to click, let's see. Everyone give me 1 second, 1 minute. Keith, would you come take a look at this so I can know that I'm not seeing it? I don't see the invite new speaker mode. Paul, if you could click it on your end, it might give you a chance. Look at what Keith's looking sharp, man.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
You're right.
I mean,
What did that do?
well,
It should say invite again.
yeah, it doesn't give me the chance. Ah, man. I would love to hear from Paul right now. Let's see.
Is it here?
Try that.
Congratulations, Ken.
Invite group.
Yeah, I already did the invite, but that's just invite to the show.
Is it the plus?
No, he just did that.
Yeah, it used to be right there where you could just invite. Or tell him to send an invite. Maybe. He should be able to send it.
Okay.
Like to ask to join.
So we'll see if he does in the next couple of minutes. That'd be super cool. Yeah, I don't see anywhere to join. Man! Woo! You know, you just can't get everything you want in life.
Paul says he don't see anywhere to join either.
Let's see.
Is there?
How about if I put Paul on FaceTime?
It won't. It'll be tough. Look, folks, I'll just tell you a little story about my brother Paul. And I wanted to hear from him. But, you know, I think this is really just as good. In life, you're not going to probably have 100 people to support your dream. You're probably not going to have a whole bus full of people that are going to show up and say, hey, cheer, cheer, cheer. You're going to win, win, win. You know, you might just have one person. The first person that ever believed in me was my brother Paul. He was the one, when we were trying to figure things out, we were like in the trenches trying to work things out and trying to discover what we should do with our life. He said, Stephen, well, what if we created something like this but truly help people? And I was like, you know what? We should do something that cool. Sorry, someone keeps calling me. People love. There's got to be a way on Facebook. They shouldn't let people on Facebook call you. I'm not available. So Paul was this original believer in Heal. He saw what Heal is now 5 years ago. He had a vision for the future. He knew inside of himself that it was possible in the future. He didn't have the resources. He didn't know exactly what was going to happen in the future. He didn't have the tech skills or he wasn't the professional marketer, had a huge list or had some big budget or an investor or a savant entrepreneur. He was a visionary with a dream. But what Paul saw that was so unique in the beginning was the ability to help people elevate. Because both of us shared in a common frustration that we were sick and tired of companies that took advantage of us, that disappointed us at the end of the day. So we wanted to make something that was different for you. And Paul was one of the visionaries who saw this long before it became what it is today. And he invested in it and he sacrificed for it and he spoke life into it and he prayed about it and he kept going on it and he kept making it happen. And Paul, I appreciate everything you did long before anyone knew about what it is today. You know what I mean? Because in life, you just need one good friend. Sometimes all you're going to have is that one good friend to say, you can do it. You can make it happen. And today, I want to encourage you like Lane did, all of you, that you can make this happen. That you could achieve what you came here to succeed with. That you could win in life. So I don't want you to be stressed, and I don't want you to be worried, and I don't want you to feel left out. Okay, just because everyone's doing business class and everyone's upgraded right now, don't start stressing right now. I remember one day when I was laying on the beach and I had a negative bank account. I remember it like it was yesterday. And I was listening to this podcast by Bob Proctor. And Bob Proctor was speaking to ask and it is given. Ask and it is given. Who's the author? Ask and it is given. Ask and it is given. Oh, come on. Bob Proctor was speaking. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Esther Hicks and Jerry.
Esther Hicks.
Yes, that's
If I had like a speaker, Esther Hicks. Esther Hicks! Bob Proctor was speaking to Esther Hicks. And they were saying that, like, if you don't have what you want, go buy it anyhow. I'm like, what? How's that possible? He said, well, let me give you an example. Let's say that you wanted a new suit, but you don't have the money. The first thing you need to do is go into the store, find the suit you want, put it on, and buy it in your mind, put it back on the shelf and leave. But you buy it, you believed it was yours. And as he was describing this, I was laying on the beach, like in the park in Waikiki, and I had a negative bank account, and they were like talking to each other. I started to say, gosh, I'm doing the opposite. All day long, I'm saying, I can't afford that. I can't pay for that rent. I won't get hired there. They're not going to invite me to speak. No one knows who I am. And I said, I'm literally doing the opposite. So I started something that day, and I remember going up, and all I really truly wanted was there was this store that had this super nice surfboard in it. So I walked up to it, I put it under my hand, and I'm holding it because I didn't have a surfboard at that time. And I'm like, man, it feels good. It's soft, and it's like kind of buttery, and I could see the waves were perfect. And I said, I'm going to take this board to the person who was selling the board. They said, okay, cool. I'll ring you up. I go, I'm going to be back for it soon. And I put it up, and in my mind, I just started to pretend it was mine, and I walked out with it. Less than 24 hours later, my friend Jared shows up. He's like, hey, slugger in the bugger, bro. And that's like how he talks. He goes, look what I got you, new stick. I'm like, dude, this is weird. He brings me a brand new surfboard. And I remember it was a brand new Almeric $450 surfboard. The very next day, this is your board, brother. I said, dude, that's crazy. Just yesterday, I was in the thing. And keep in mind, at this point, I had no money. None. After that, I started to say, I got to do this more often, right? I'm like, I'm going to go get a Ferrari tomorrow. I'm going to go get some new swim trunks. I'm going to get this new condo. And I remember with him, and I was telling him a story, I was standing there in the park at the zoo, and I was living in a weekly rental that my mom had given me. And I look up, and I see this beautiful condo right there, the perfect building right in the corner in Waikiki next to the zoo. And I said, that's my space. I will live there. Lo and behold, 6 months go by, and guess where I lived? Right there. And I ended up living there, I think, for 6 more months. It was $2,000 a month. It was right on the beach. And this was the guy who was dreaming with a negative bank account, sweeping floors on the weekend to get by, living in his mother's weekly rental that she paid for. That's where I was. That's who I was. And that's what happened when I began to believe it. And I began to buy it before I had the ability to buy it. And I physically believed it was mine. Things showed up in my reality the very next day. So tonight, no matter who you are and no matter what you have, I want you to make the commitment to going all in with Heal and being in a business class seat. I want you to articulate it. I want you to write it down. And I really want you to get clear on it. I am going into business class. I have the resources and finance to do it. I have $497 of expendable money. Ask and it is given. Ask it, believe it, receive it. Make it happen in your life. Put it on your refrigerator. Put it in your pocket. Put it in your wallet. But put it out there to God. Declare it now. And it will be so. Tomorrow, new things will show up in your life and your reality. And many of you have the place, the space. You have to believe in yourself and your abilities to become what you want to become. You have the money, or you have the time, or you have the resources. Maybe you need to clean out old things that don't have any merit for you anymore or holding you back. Get rid of those things, start over, come in fresh, and hit the ground running and make it happen. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here tonight. This is business class. It's laid out right there. You'll be able to get early access. I will come back again in 1 week from today to recap the business class, to give you the updates. We'll begin welcoming everybody into the business class group within 1 week who took action on it. You have this chance to be able to do it, the lowest possible price you'll ever get it. I know that everyone watching this has the ability to move up in life. We have created the vehicle for you to do it. We have put the pieces of the puzzle together. You got to do one thing from here on out. You got to step into it. And now that there's 111 people on this, I'm going to end with this. What time is it?
It's time
To heal. Every second, every minute, every hour, and every day. It's on you. Woo! I'll see you in the front, baby.